Hrithik Roshan has in a literary word. He's a Hrithik Roshan, he's a bestseller, and he has readers of any age. A person like me reads.
Should I take my shirt off?
You are not Salman Khan protection.
You are not Salman Khan.
All his books are bestsellers, and it's a dream for any writer. Like, oh, we should be one day like Chetan Bhagat, but it's not. All dreams are not achievable. Now, Chetan, welcome and welcome to Bangalore. And
hi everyone. Thank you for coming and thank you for standing, sitting. That's also.
Chetan, I would like to know that when you write a novel, I think most of your works are fiction and one is a non-fiction. That's what because I read all your books.
Yes.
When you write a book, how much time do you take?
Now I take around a year. Earlier, like when I first started out, maybe it took me like 2 years. That was the first book, 5,000, maybe I had no idea how to write books as such, so 3 years. But now I know where I go wrong, where time is wasted. So all in all, it takes around a year.
You directly type or you dictate?
No, I wish I could dictate. I had a pretty secretary, but the hard labor, man. I gotta do it. I mean, I type. I don't write. I use the laptop, but yeah.
Normally, when you write a novel, how long will be that character?
A lot actually. That's a good question. I think one of the reasons the books have worked is that I cut off from the family also. And the more different the character is from me, the more I have to separate. So if I'm doing a 2 states, it wasn't that difficult because it was from my own life. But say for one Indian girl, I had to be a girl. So I literally I went away for a few months really. I was in Hong Kong. I wrote the book there. I spoke to a lot of women. I started behaving like a girl, which I don't want to go into details, but because I only get into trouble when I talk about these things. But and then I started behaving like that, and sometimes it gets so much that I address my wife with that girl's name, and that's not good. But yeah, I really get into it. That's the only way you can write a full book about a character, like the way I write. I write in first person. So yeah, I start living the character. I start feeling the pain. If I have written a scene where, say, Radhika has had a breakup, and if I am not feeling sad that day, I feel something is wrong. I have not written the scene properly. If Radhika is very happy about something, then I have to feel happy. So the moods have to become in sync. I know it sounds very bizarre, but it's only a fictional character. But for me, the empathy or the feelings have to be my own, have to be as much for the character as they are for me. Only then the book works. Otherwise, it's fake. So,
I don't understand as a writer that, and actually, it's the first time in my life I'm interviewing somebody. Can you imagine?
Really?
And I'm very fortunate to have such a bright person.
I am very honored. You're the best moderator I've ever had.
Not that
No, I mean it.
60 minutes are there. Because all the time people are interviewing me, asking the same question, like, you have my 10,000 rupees loaning to Murthy. Oh, give me. And then when we went out for dinner, who paid the bill? I paid the bill. Same question, same answer.
I must say it's such a big honor to have him here today, to have you here today. This is it really is a very special session. I called my wife, she's not able to make it. And you guys do remind me of my in-laws a little bit, for obvious reasons. And I told them I met Sudhaji for breakfast, we were discussing this, and I said, I wanted a mother-in-law like this, I told her. I was giving a compliment, and she's like, what is wrong with my mother?
You press the wrong button in the morning.
I said, no, they're billionaires, no, that's why. That was a lucky save. I would have warranted.
All your books, I like to state for various reasons. Because my daughter, a South Indian, married to a Punjabi.
Oh.
So
how did that happen?
Like your story, I suppose they were classmates in Stanford, and my daughter believed the Bible, love thy neighbor as thy your neighbor. So it's the book. Now let's enjoy the book session. I want to ask you a very tricky question, and you should not mind it. Okay? I know you won't get upset. Punjabis don't get upset. Particularly when you give them good food, they'll be more.
Yeah.
So after this, I'll give you a chana masala and a chicken and a beer. So you'll be very happy. Okay. I read your book, which is completely one Indian girl, and to some extent I can understand the plight of Radhika, a young bright girl doing very well in real life, and what men think when a woman is an achiever, how a man thinks about her. It's a beautiful book. There's a section in that, which is an intimate scene section between Radhika and her boyfriend Devu.
Where are you going with this?
That's exactly what we want. That no, everybody wants to know probably.
Okay.
As a writer, as a creative writer, like who is very bright, you are like a father of any character. You can change, mold, skip. It's nothing but an arrangement of words to convey your feeling. You could have done. No, the same meaning you could have conveyed in few sentences if you wanted. Or skip like a Hindi movie behind the bush. You can take anything behind. This is an intimate scene between a young boy and a young girl. First, when I came to the chapter, maybe because of my age, maybe because of my upbringing, or maybe in my era, romance was 100 साल पहले मुझे तुमसे प्यार था. That is enough to understand the title. It's not like more than that. It's not more than that. But today's generation is different. But with all those awareness, still I was very hesitant to read that chapter, the intimate conversation or the act between boy and a girl. I felt why Chetan wrote this. It happens twice. Maybe by mistake if you have written once. No. Twice. Mistake cannot be repeated twice in such chapters. And all detailing, I felt embarrassing, little difficult to read. So I gave this book to my very lovely, good-looking editor, Shruti Purana, who is here, of 35 years old. She said 30. Oh, I'm sorry, I should not tell you what this. She read that and said, Auntie, what's wrong in that? I said, no. Some feelings cannot be expressed in black and white. It should be in the mind. She said, but it's physical act. So I want to know, why did you make it so explicit? For this reason, whatever be the reason you are going to answer, A, did you take permission of your wife?
Sorry, ma'am. Firstly, I'm sorry. How do I answer?
Don't want to answer.
I'll answer. Okay, I'll answer. I don't know if I have to take permission from my wife to write a fictional sex scene. I mean, it's not like I was doing it. It's like a, you write a murder mystery, you show murder. It doesn't.
Murder is different than intimacy.
Yes, it's very.
And your wife may feel, this is my imagination, she goes through, she's a CEO in a bank, I know, first I read about your wife. Any of her colleagues would say, what your husband has written, see, in case somebody feels the comment, how will she take it back?
Thank you very much. Okay, I will answer this. It's actually, you're right, that of all my 7 books, this one has 2, she's with 2 different guys, and there are 2 somewhat explicit, intimate scenes or sex scenes or whatever you call it. But they're still not as explicit as what you can get in one Google search today. Okay, they're still, I still stay away, but it's much more. And there were several reasons why. A, this is a book about a girl, and it's about women, about what Indian women go through. And I get one chance to write it. I can't write another one covering, okay, now this aspect of Indian. It's the first time there's going to be a big bang. Chetan has written like a girl. What has he got to say? So I write about their career and home, and that's what the story is about. But it's a beautiful chance for me to tell men a few things about women and their sexuality. That women like it, women also want it, women have a preference for it. Going down is a good thing. These are things which are not known to a lot. I mean, maybe in big cities it's okay, people know it. But many women in small towns or boys in small towns, they don't know. And I don't want them to know about sex from searching on Google and landing on a porn site, because that's not it. So here it is a normal middle class girl, she explores it, and this is how women are. And I think it makes women more real. It's important to get that message out that women are also sexual beings, and there's certain equality in the sex aspects of it. So that's the politics of it. Second is I found that in our society sex exists, and there's tremendous curiosity about it. The more younger